Steve Liebman and Tracy Grimshaw.
Good morning and welcome to the program. Morning, Steve.
Morning, Tracy.
Peter Cam believes an American drug is the one hope that his daughter has for her survival. But while American patients have ready access to it, Australians have to pay at least $100,000 a year for a supply. We'll talk with Peter in a moment.
And while there are calls for a greater emphasis on law and order, a city leader who's also a barrister is arguing that the prison system doesn't work. We'll have more on that later.
Also, the Subaru WRX, the car that thieves and police have in their sights. And more on the great Arnott's biscuit controversy with seemingly incontrovertible evidence that they are smaller.
I can't believe that.
We've had our team looking into it.
Well, then we'll wait and see what their conclusions really are.
We'll wait with interest.
Now, though, time for the news. Now, over the last 5 years, the Subaru WRX has earned the unfortunate reputation as being the preferred choice of car thieves, ram raiders, and those in need of a quick getaway vehicle. But while the turbo-powered Japanese rocket has been popular among criminals, it's also high on the shopping list of many law-abiding citizens who appreciate its awesome performance. Lockie Daddo ventured to Sydney's Oran Park Raceway to find out why.
Now, this may look like a training ground for future crooks, but in fact, these drivers are members of a new car club which is promoting safer driving and accident prevention.
We've got to have a very strict speed limit anywhere this side of Michelle and Miles's rally car, because this is where we've got people walking around and we don't want anybody driving fast through here.
The WRX Car Club was started by Tony Stott, bringing owners together in order to swap information and have some fun, but more importantly, to teach them how to handle their cars under hazardous circumstances and become better drivers.
In general terms, you get a chance to drive like that, which you can't do on the road. You find a little bit more about how bad a driver or good a driver you are, and also hopefully pick up a bit of a clue as to what to happen, so that if you do find yourself in an emergency, you've been there, done it, but in the safety of a skid pan.
Set up last May via the internet, the club now has over 200 members, mainly professional people, lawyers, doctors, businessmen and computer executives. It's a very different mix than you may expect, and they're hoping to improve the image of the WRX owner.
We've got a good relationship with the police. The police have got a very close watch on them. I understand that as a normal practice, whenever they see a WRX, they call in the number to just check to see it's all right. They don't hassle us, but equally we know that they're watching us. And I think slowly but surely the criminals have realised that that's what happens too. So stealing a Rex and driving around is a good way to get arrested. I think the last ram raid using a WRX was more than 2 years ago. But the insurers are just still coming to grips with that. And I think what we try and do with meetings like this is get a point that most of the people who buy these and come along to these meetings are very ordinary people, the full mix of society, and basically responsible people. And I certainly have found that having meetings like this means that I drive a lot more sanely on the road, because you have an outlet for it, you know.
Less accelerator!
Ian Barrett is a rally instructor in his spare time and a devoted WRX driver. Like the other members, this is more than just a weekend hobby.
So would you say you got a real love affair with these cars?
Oh, absolutely. It's been a 4-year love affair.
How much do you reckon you've spent on this?
Well, I don't own a house, so I wouldn't like to say, but probably about the equivalent of a decent deposit on a house.
Right. How is it? This is your everyday car, as well. I know it's the baby seat in the back.
Yeah, I get to drive it every day to work, and fortunately I've just had a newborn baby and she loves it. Put her in there and she just goes off to sleep. So
even when you're going around corners sideways?
Yeah, well, she's got a 5-point harness in the baby carriage, so it keeps her in place nicely, although the wife sometimes says, honey.
Since they hit the streets in New South Wales alone, there's been over 100 car chases involving WRXs, and the only ones the police have caught are the ones that crashed. In response, the police are now trialling WRXs as pursuit vehicles. It seems to be a case of, if you can't beat them, join them. New South Wales Police have been trialling one in Sydney's eastern suburbs and are about to make a decision on whether to add some to their stable of Commodores and Falcons, which are no match for the WRX around town. The Victorian Police had one on trial for a month, but bought it after just 1 week. Patrolman Richard Haberhauer says the reaction from the public and police alike has been positive.
I'd say that it would have some deterrent effect, and definitely its presence on the road has maybe brought some more attention to bear on the fact that people are stealing WRXs, and that the police have had to go and try another vehicle that's suitable for our area.
While the sight of flashing lights is usually enough to send most drivers into a spin, here it's all part of a fun day, where would-be racers can get it out of their systems without breaking the law.
Snappy little number. Lockie Daddo reporting there, and it's 7:25 here on Today.